Well. Welcome, class. I'm glad you showed up Thursday afternoon when it's Friday tomorrow. We've got a good class today. Gregory Bateson steps to an ecology of mind, a new revolutionary approach to man's understanding of himself. What's the topic today? The Cybernetics of Self, a theory of alcoholism. The logic of alcoholic addiction has puzzled psychiatrists no less than the logic of the strenuous spiritual regime whereby the organization Alcoholics Anonymous is able to counteract the addiction. In the present essay, it is suggested, 1. That an entirely new epistemology must come out of cybernetics and systems theory involving a new understanding of mind, self, human relationship, and power. 2. That the addicted alcoholic is operating, when sober, in terms of an epistemology which is conventional in Occidental culture, but which is not acceptable to systems theory. 3. That surrender to alcoholic intoxication, Friday nights, provides a partial and subjective shortcut to a more correct state of mind. And 4. That the theology of Alcoholics Anonymous coincides closely with an epistemology of cybernetics. Oh, I see you all glazing over and falling asleep and dreaming about tomorrow night, Friday night. So, I'm gonna, borrow some of those slogans or flashy stuff, that rhythm that you guys are into, and you don't like my voice, do you? You just find my voice is boring. So I'm going to play a song that I composed, and then I'm going to read this. I've never done this before. I've never read this to this song. We'll see how it goes. It's a little improv session. Large parts of the thinking network are located outside the body. The so-called body-mind problem is wrongly posed in terms which force the argument toward paradox. If mind be supposed immanent in the body, then it must be transcendent. If transcendent, it must be immanent, and so on. Similarly, if we exclude the unconscious processes from the self and call them ego-alien, then these processes take on the subjective coloring of urges and forces of the unconscious. The self thereby becomes itself an organization of seeming forces. The popular notion which would equate self with consciousness thus leads into the notion that ideas are forces. And this fallacy is in turn supported by saying the axon carries impulses. To find a way out of this mess is by no means easy. We shall proceed by first examining the structure of the alcoholic's polarization. In the epistemologically unsound resolution, I will fight the bottle. What is supposedly lined up against what? Alcoholic pride. Alcoholics are philosophers in that universal sense in which all human beings and all mammals are guided by highly abstract principles of which they are either quite unconscious or unaware. That the principle governing their perception and action is philosophic. A common misnomer for such principles is feelings. This misnomer arises naturally from the Anglo-Saxon epistemological tendency to reify or attribute to the body all mental phenomena which are peripheral to consciousness, and the misnomer is no doubt supported by the fact that the exercise and or frustration of these principles is often accompanied by visceral and other bodily sensations. I believe, however, that Pascal was correct when he said, "The heart has its reasons which the reason does not at all perceive." The music stopped. My voice got boring again. My heart feels anxious now when the music is gone. I have epilepsy. They say alcohol is a central nervous system depressant. Music soothes the heart, mind, and soul.